Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and the companion update is out for No Man's Sky. We can now have pet companions. It is so awesome. But the first few things I want to go through are just some basic stuff that you need to know about pets and companions. Number one, the biggest resource you're going to need is in your quick menu. So if you press down on your D-pad, you can go over to this little paw icon, your creatures. If you select it, number one, you can call them over. You know, like that. You can point and have them go somewhere. So they will follow your commands. You can say, hey, go over there, or hey, come back over here. This is where your bait is going to be now. Before, you had a whole different menu for your bait. Now it's in your creature menu. And then you have your companion register right here. Now, this is what you want to go to if you want to unlock all of your companions. Now, you start off with 2. You have 2 different slots. You can have 2 different pet companions right here. If you want more, you see this little lock icon? You can install it. And the first one, as you can see right here, it costs 500 nanites. So let's open that one up. Now we've unlocked it. So we have 3 total, right? But you can unlock more. The second one is 1,000 nanites. You're going to need 1,000 in addition to the 500. So we're up to 1,500 nanites to get to the second unlock. And it'll keep going up. Your third one right here, it costs 5,000 nanites. So you better have nanites stacked up. I have some guides on the channel if you want to go see how to make nanites really, really fast. I would suggest go hit that. But that's 5,000 for this one. And then the last one is 10,000 nanites. So it's going to cost you 10,000 in order to get this one. So let's get that one. So now we have all of our slots unlocked. But we don't have any pets, right? We have 0 pets. So let's go out there and let's go find a really cool pet to get. Now, there are some limitations. You cannot get any flying animals. You see that flying animal over there? You cannot make that a pet companion. You can't interact with them, so therefore you can't do that. It's the same thing for underwater pets. You cannot make an underwater pet a actual companion. You can feed them and you can collect feces, you can collect poop right from them, but you cannot make them a companion pet. But look at this monstrosity right here. We can make this guy our pet. Now we need to feed him with food, right? So let's go into our menu real fast. We need to make some creature pellets. So if you press A to craft, if you're on Xbox, that would be X if you're on PlayStation 4. And let's go into, we need to create creature pellets. So let's go back through our menu. Almost all the way down to the bottom, right here. Right here, you need 10 or 60 carbon in order to make a creature pellet. I don't have any carbon, so let's get some carbon real fast. Okay, so we should have enough carbon now. Let's go back into our menu. Yeah, we have 300 carbon, so we're good. So let's go back down there, and we'll make some creature pellets. Now it's highlighted, so we know we can make some. Let's make 5 of them. And now all we have to do is go over here and give it to him. So let's hand it to him. Hey, here's some pellets. If you feed them, they start liking you. There you go, interacting with other life forms. He likes you now. So now you can interact with him in a menu, and you can tease out his honey, and that'll change depending on the animal. Sometimes they'll give you honey. Sometimes they'll give you eggs. Sometimes they'll give you milk. It just depends on the animal. In this case, I can do honey. I can also adopt him. So let's adopt as a companion. Now he's mine. So he's my little guy, which is really awesome. So, and you can see he's going to be marked. Oh, you see our little mini map? He's marked with a little leash, which is awesome. But he's really depressed. You see he's feeling depressed? Let's go talk to him. Let's see what's going on here. So let's see that. Hey, buddy, what's going on? You see, now we have 2 different icons. We have a little leaf, a branch. That's how much food he has if he's hungry. And the heart is how he's feeling. He's kind of depressed, that's why he's down. So let's gently pat him. And that brought up his mood really a lot. Look at that. Gently pat him, you're good to go. And we give him a treat. We'll feed him some more because he's a little bit hungry. There you go. It improved his mood a lot. And we can gently pat him again. There we go. We're at 100% for both. We're good to go. We can also customize his appearance. Now, every animal is going to be different. This is a bit of a smaller animal, so he only has one thing right here on his back. And you can put in like a cargo drum. You can put in mini packs. You could do armor. things like that. And so all of these will have an effect later on. Once you've actually gone through and increased your relationship with your pet, they will start actually scanning items. They will actually dig. They will use a mining beam. Like, I think we can get a mining beam here. No, maybe not. He might be too small for a mining beam. You have to get a bigger... If you want a mining beam on your pet, you're going to need to get a bigger pet for that. We can do a canteen in case it's a dry climate. You can also add in decals. So look, we can see a little decal here, number 9. A triad. We could do the Gek right there. Or the Korvax symbol. And it's all right here on his little bag, on his little canteen. And we can also change the color of it. Let's go to purple. And dark purple, because purple is the best color, as everyone knows. So there you go. And if you go into your pet companion menu, go down here, go back to the pod, your creatures. Now you can see we have a companion register. We go into that. Look at that. He's in our first slot right here. And if you pick up an animal and you're like, yeah, I don't really like this one. It doesn't really work for me. You can abandon him. You're a terrible person, by the way. But you can abandon him, which means you just let him go. You release him to the wild. But you can also change his name. So his name now is River Roop. We're going to call him Tentacool. So let's do Tentacool. Cool. Whoop. Cool. Like that. Boom. Now his name is Tentacool. So there we go. And you see over on the left-hand side, River Roop. He says some stuff. Let's go over here. And we can gently pat him again. Just give him some attention because right now he's kind of alone. But you see over on the left-hand side, it says touch. You can read them. They have very limited vocabulary, but they can tell you, hey, happy, full. He's full now. We know he's full, so we're good. And we can also, let's ride him. Boom. Now we can ride our little guy, and he can go wherever we want. Go, go, go. Heck yeah, look at this guy. I love it. The pet update is amazing in No Man's Sky. Look at this thing. It is so cool. Let's get off of him for a second. Give him a break. And yeah, your pet will be able to... Whoa. Get away from that. Your pet will be able to scan for materials. He will just do a random scan. They can mine for different materials. Like they'll be able to mine some stuff for you. And it'll just do it on its own. You don't even need to direct it. But if you want to, you could just say, hey, look. Go over to your creature icon and say, hey, come here. Come here. And he'll come right back. Look at him. He's so excited. And it will go anywhere with you. So if you go to a different planet, all you have to do is go to your creature icon. Go back down here. And if you go to the right, dismiss Tentacool. No, we don't need to dismiss him. But if you go to a different planet, you can call him and say, hey, come onto this planet and help me out. And he will join you. Here, let me show you what that looks like. All right, as you can see, we went to an ice-cold planet. Now, Tentacool was from a hot planet. So you'd think he wouldn't be able to come here, right? Because he would freeze to death. But you go down into your menu, go over to your creature icon, go over to the right. You can summon Tentacool, and there he goes. Good to go, and he loves it. He's here now, yeah. And so you don't have to worry about any hazard protections or anything like that. And if you want to, you can just give him a little pat. Good to go, yeah. And then at the bottom, you see it says induce egg, gestating, 23 hours and 53 minutes left, and it's counting down. That means it takes about every 24 hours, your pet will make an egg for you. And there's something special we can do with those eggs, so follow me. Let's go see what we can do with the egg. So you would have to summon your space anomaly. So you're going to have to be a little bit deeper into the story. You can't do this right off from the get-go. But you can summon the space anomaly. Let's go in here. Because there's a new special item or a special kiosk that we can use for our eggs. All right, we're good. Now let's hop out. And the egg kiosk now is going to be way over here on the right. You got to go up this ramp where Hesperus and Helios and all the other travelers are at. But now, look at this. Right in the back here, we have an egg sequencer, I believe it's called that. Yeah, an egg sequencer right there. If you go into it, you can put your egg at the top. If you have any random egg from one of your pets, you can put it in there, and then you can modify your pet, because you'll eventually, the egg will hatch, and you can modify it. So you can have a growth hormone, so you can make it bigger or smaller, a gene splitter, that way you can make it look a little bit different, dye injector, so you can make it a different color, a neural calibrator, that is for their mood. So right now, if I go into my pet, my creature category, my companion register, if you look at him, Tentacool, right now his helpfulness is at 29%. Gentleness, he's at 69%, so he's very gentle. And his devotion's at 28%. You can improve his devotion by taking him with you, feeding him, patting him, making sure he's in a good mood wherever you go. And the better part is, you can summon him on the Space Anomaly and show him off to everybody on the Space Anomaly. So if you're in multiplayer, everyone can have their pet dancing around and running around on the Space Anomaly. It is such a cool update. There is so much more to learn, you guys, so hopefully you stick around and hopefully you hit that like button for me, because there's so much more to this pet companion update, and I will see you guys next time.